today I just wanted to focus on some of the things that went through my committee because they are reflective of where the administration is going and what we're trying to create in Kansas, which is to beat the drum, a business-friendly environment. The first one is Senate Bill 187. Previously, what we had was a committee of two people, and it was one that was selected, it was the Kansas Chamber, and the other one was the AFL-CIO. And they never came to agreement on anything, as you can imagine. So lots of stuff didn't get done. Basically, what picture I want to paint to you is the idea was to open up this board so that there was a little bit more opportunity for business to get ahead of where we had been lagging behind for years and years and years. And so a new board was created to oversee these cases and to oversee the laws. And let's just put it this way, the 8 Democrats in the Senate do not like what we did because it does tip the balance a little bit in favor of business, because it's not just because we're playing favorites, but because it was the right thing to do. Basically what 2069 does is it prohibits local units of government, sorry Mayor Dunn, from being able to dictate employee benefits, vacations, whether or not they pay a prevailing wage on construction work. And that did end up passing, and the only caveat that was included in that was that it wouldn't apply to economic development jobs, the jobs that were funded with taxpayer money.
We have an abundance of natural gas in the United States and across the world with fracking. We're the only place in the world where you have the population that lives over the reserves. We've seen natural gas go from $16, $17 a thousand back in 2006 to down around $4 a thousand, and we're looking at about a 40, 50, 60-year supply. So if you've seen some of the natural gas commercials, that's what it's all about. It should help our economy. It should be good for Kansas. It should be good for the United States. When we go back next session, as Julia alluded to, there's a couple of things that we're probably going to take up. One's Common Core and the other school finance. Common Core, we started receiving emails and a bunch of kind of some interest in it during session last year. And we're finding that some of the school districts are embracing this wholeheartedly. I've talked to some educators. One's a lifelong educator that's retired now. And I said, what do you think of Common Core? She said, well, my grandson is starting school, lives in Oklahoma, and because of Common Core, I'm going to pay for him to go to a private school. Very concerned about that. So there's probably some good things, but one educator said it best that they think that opens the door for indoctrination. School finance lawsuit is the last hearing or some process is going to be in October. We should get the ruling sometime after we start session, perhaps before. They say that it takes about $200 million to inject into the into school finance to pass a formula. You have to create more winners than you do losers. It takes more money. One of the things in the last lawsuit that the judges were against, low enrollment weighting and local option budget. So if they decide to throw out the formula, which I think the formula needs to be redone, then we're going to have to grapple with that. So I think that'll take up a lot of our time. That will probably be the reason that we get done early or we don't get done early.
Thank you. The tax plan that we passed started January 1st of this year, and it's actually a 6-year plan. It's not a 1-year plan like a lot of folks think. It's a 6-year plan. And the first year, which started in January, was a 24% decrease in the personal income tax, and working capital at LLCs and partnerships are now non-taxed. So it's about a $800 million tax decrease to the state of Kansas, the workers. And the question is it working? And statistically, it started working almost immediately. The report from the Department of Labor has already proven that the metropolitan statistical area, which is Missouri and Kansas, Kansas created several thousand jobs here, and Missouri created 0. So the tax plan is working. And when I say it's a 6-year plan, from 2013 to 2018, the income taxes continue to decrease between 2 and 4% year over year, with 2018 being a big year. It's going to increase another 15%, which is another $600 million coming back to the workers' plan. Something local is the driver's license office. Johnson County produces most of the GDP for the state of Kansas. We produce about 25% of all the GDP, 50% of all the new jobs, 50% of the population growth in Kansas. So we are the engine. And what's happened is with our concealed carry, the permits are up about 125% this year compared to last year. That's year over year. And then just driver's licenses are up 30%. So our offices were strained because we didn't have enough humans and enough office hours to take care of the citizens. So what we've done, and the delegation worked really hard, is now the driver's license office is open Mondays. They were closed. Now they're open Mondays all day. And within a week or two, Revenue should make an announcement that the offices are going to be open until 8 p.m. So very consumer friendly. Not a budget increase. Johnson County residents, we pay for concealed carry and we pay for driver's licenses, but just like the school formula, our money was going west rather than staying here. So we raised enough hell that the money's staying here, and we're getting 10 more humans to help us out here.